I recently made the first train show I've made in probably about a year, the Toledo Toy and Train Show. I didn't get a whole lot, but what I walked away with was some pretty good stuff. Let's start off over here. I got a Kato Amtrak at 40ph number 391. Now I do have Amtrak 375 already. Here is my other Kato Amtrak at 40ph number 375. This has been featured in several other videos of mine, and it has custom LED lighting. I really like the Kato F40PHs. These are very good running models with nice detail, and they're easy to customize, add lighting and all that stuff too. It was advertised for $100 at the train show with DCC and sound, which is a very good price. Even just DC, $100 is a very good price for these. They, like I said, they're stellar runners, really smooth mechanisms. The guy said it had soundtracks. I had asked him to take the shell off. He did, but I didn't get a very good look. The booth had a lot of people around it trying to buy trains. It was just busy, and I just looked quick. I knew it was a sound decoder, but I should have known better. It wasn't a soundtracks, but it's no big deal because the price was right. It ended up being Digitrex, which is a little bit to be desired. It's an older Digitrex decoder. So I will be selling that on eBay at some point and swapping this out for a Soundtrack Tsunami 2. I'm an ESU Loc Sound and Soundtrack Tsunami fan. I'm not too big of a fan of some of the other manufacturers, but like I said, it's an older decoder. It's not bad. It'll work for a little bit. I've opened the shell up on the Kato F40ph so you can get a quick look at the Digitrex drop-in decoder. These were made per units. The Digitrex had a whole line. So for the F40, you'd have this one. It was easy drop-in. You know, you got a couple pins for the contacts, the motors. It already had the built-in LEDs. It would include a speaker and a capacitor already in there. Like I said, it's an older one, so the sounds are a little bit to be desired, but, you know, still pretty neat. The only thing, unfortunately, about this Locomotive was it included all the detail parts except the number boards. Those are missing, and I have a friend who has a similar, he has actually a 391, and I'm going to ask him if he has any spares. Kato actually includes 4 number boards for these engines when you only need 2, so hoping he has them. If not, I guess I'll have to ask on some Facebook train groups and see if anybody has any spares. Otherwise, this is all complete, and $100 is really good price for this. Like I said, this is probably my 4th or 5th Kato F40. I really like these engines. I also had purchased a Burlington Northern 2-bay hopper, complete with train show dust and all on top. If some of you remember, I did a recent video on these 2-bay hoppers. I actually have the train still on the layout, and there's a sister car with a different road number. So this was really neat to find another one. It was only $10. Price was right. The only thing I don't like about these older Atlas ones is they have the pins for the truck, which can be problematic. This one luckily has the screws for the coupler pockets. Some of my other Atlas ones do not have the screws, and they're the pins, and they've actually come out running down the track. So still, what a great car. I really like these basic BN reporting mark cars. At the show, I also purchased 2 vehicles. We have a Busch Ford Crown Victoria for Chicago Cab. I've been looking for one of these for actually quite a while. I find them on eBay every now and then, but with shipping and the price being a little higher on them, the price was never right. This was only $12 at the show, and I'm out of Chicago area, so that's perfect. We also have a 1953 Cadillac Eldorado. This is made by Model Power. It's a little old for my era. My daughter saw it. She loves pink, and she just said, pink. So, yeah, I'm like, well, I know what I'm getting. She was so happy to carry it around the train show for me. Nice model. It would do good in a car show scene. So, for comparison, I took 375 out of the display case and put it on the layout next to my newly acquired 391. You can get an idea of the work I plan to perform on 391, looking at the working strobe lights and marker lights. I've added crew figures inside as well. So 391 will eventually get the same treatment once I upgrade the decoder. Well, we've seen it, we've talked about it. Let's get some run-by videos of 391 running around the layout. So as you can tell from the video, the sounds really aren't the greatest. It's an older Digitrax decoder, but it's still nice. Definitely need to play with the sound volumes. This bell is very overpowering. Let's do a run-by now with the new Atlas 2-bay Burlington Northern hopper. So overall, it was a pretty nice train show. Didn't buy a whole lot, but got some interesting stuff that I can use for my layout.